reason I started working with sound is, well, when I was very young, I studied, like many Americans, I got started in music at an early age. And it became pretty clear to me that after a while that there wasn't such a difference between all the sounds of the world around me and the music that I enjoyed to listen to. So what happened was I began to kind of explore using the world around me as the material for making music. So then it became more of a project of listening and then thinking how to compose using the world around me. And that's why I think sound is really powerful, but it's also very difficult, and I like that about it. So it's a real challenge. I like to think of it as sort of learning to see with your ears. If you learn to see the world with your ears, which you're doing all the time anyway, right?
Yes.
That's right. If you closed your eyes right now, even if they're watching at home or whatever on video, you would be able to get a sense of some of this space. You would be spatializing this. Even though the microphone on this camera may or may not be stereo, and that the way the sound is coming in is at different angles, my voice will be louder, but the world around you is always coming in. So that's learning to see, learning to perceive your world through listening. And that's the big project. And then it's just different ways of making work about that, and different ways of making people do that. I like to try to make people do that. The reason that I'm in Korea at all is for the Gwangju Design Biennial. I contribute a mixtape series where I pair up an artist and designer with a band or DJ, and I find them in one city and I stick them together and I say, make a mixtape. And I do this for Domus magazine, and Domus is actually a design magazine. It seems pretty far away from sound, but the name of the project is called Sound of the City. For me, it's a question less of what are the best sounds, my favorite sounds, and the most interesting sounds of the city, but more what strategies do I have to deploy to listen to that city. That's kind of the project, is different ways of listening, and teaching myself to listen in new ways, and then hopefully helping other people listen in new ways. I did a listening laboratory, which is a permanent installation in New York, and we designed a room as well as a set of immersive environments for people who have hearing aids or cochlear implants, hearing difficulties, to test their hearing in real time. What happened is, it became kind of a design project because it had a very real functional purpose for some people. And so I spoke with the center, and they said, well, the problem is some people come in and they go to the opera, and when they go to the opera, it just really hurts their ears, but then when we're talking one-on-one, they can't hear it. So I said, okay, they need to learn to adjust their hearing aids. You can adjust the aids, the frequencies, so that they can properly perceive the world they're in, the way they want to, the way they'd like to listen. So that's the project, is to help people do that. So actually, one of the things I have is an opera singer, and they could be singing in front of a subway, or we could put them on a beach, or we can put them in a restaurant just by playing them like music. So that project is good, and that project is, I feel like, a successful project that sort of slips in and out between design and art for me. And it's now going to go to another medical center, actually in Portland, which I'm very excited about. So that it's going to be another iteration of it in the US. So I'm really excited about that project. I'm doing some straight up artwork. I'm going to be in a show in Santa Barbara, an art show, where I'm showing some work that I did as a solo show. I'll be DJing as part of the Domus Mixtapes live series. I'll be DJing in Tel Aviv next month. And then, of course, the Listening Laboratory, the new iteration of the Listening Laboratory is coming up. So those are 3 projects that I'm on right now. So yeah, it's typical, there's your craziness. It's definitely like that. So it's been great being here in Korea, though. It's wonderful people, and it's been really, the Gwangju Biennial is fantastic and really exciting. So yeah, so everybody should go and check that out. It's really cool. And I love Seoul. It's a great city.